So another thing in a long list of projects is a cure for these here regulator packs, these STK5441s. Since I've been into beta for years, I've had a kind of an inkling to buy some of these, so I have a pretty good stock of them, but once they're out, I don't know what to do. A lot of them seem to be fake. Let's see. So this is a very common problem with a lot of beta machines. This thing is like, welcome to flavor country in here, to quote another known person on YouTube. Anyway, look how gross that is. So this is such a common issue. You get the clock, tape won't load, you try to turn it on, and it looks like it comes on. You get a channel number from the tuner, but you go to put a tape in and it won't take a tape. And there's also usually no green LED on the power light, even though it looks like it's on, it's not fully on. And what that is either, I'm not actually sure if anyone's dug super far into it, because I'm not sure, one second, I am not sure if it is the 12-volt regulator or the actual switching. I'm assuming it's the 12-volt regulator. From what I'm seeing, they're running the 9-volt regulator off of the 12-volt regulator, which probably stresses it out quite a bit over time. I can't tell you if the 9-volt regulator works, but just checking it, I can tell you that when you switch it, so that's what it is off. Press the old button here, and it doesn't do anything. However, pin 13 is your switching logic. So here I said. All right, so there's nothing there. Switch it on, and it is, the 5 volts is there. Now the 5 volts is constant on this regulator. The 12 and the 9 are what are switched. So the 5 volt appears, which should activate the 12 and then the 9, but the 12 never puts anything out. So it's probably a common issue. So anyway, what I did here, and I don't yet know if this works, so we're gonna see together, is I built one. This is super crude and crappy, but I wanted to see if it would work. Now, the only issue is, this is a 1.5 amp 9 volt regulator. It's a 7809 CUV. I need to order, I think ROHM or ROM makes a 2 amp version, which is closer to what they're calling for in the data sheet for this thing. So there's a 7805 CV, 7809 CV. This is a, trying to think who makes this. This is an LM1085 IT-12. And then this here is an IRF 9540 P-channel MOSFET. And this is a 2N7000 N-channel MOSFET that switches this one on. And what'll happen is I have that tied to pin 13 here. And this is a little bit of a cutoff adjustment. The data sheet says the cutoff, I believe, is something like, I think it's 3 volts. Anything above 3 volts should switch the 12 volts on. So some parts in the original, some filter capacitors will not be used anymore. It's a little bit simpler than the original part. But let's pop it in and see if it starts to smoke. Okay, so it's in there. So I've got it off. Let's see what happens. Hey, look, the 5 volts is working. So far, so good. It says it's on, which, oh, interesting. Huh. So it is turning on and off, but the LED stays on. Might have to see what that is all about. Okay, so it's on. I've never tried this VCR, so you'll have to excuse me. Let me grab a tape. All right. Come on. Oop, the switch is very dirty. can't tell when a cassette is put in. These leaf switches are probably encrusted with nicotine residue. Maybe if we just keep trying it. Come on. Oh, darn. Well, I'm not going to say that's the regulator. Come on, switch over. Thread. Springs intact. I just think our switches are junk. You definitely get some heat on there, which I'm not surprised. It will need to be heat sinked once I work on it a little bit more. Darn. Oh, the jack works. I knew I should have picked a nicer VCR. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. It's getting pretty toasty. Oh, boy. Interesting. Well, perhaps we'll clean the chassis and try it again. Okay, so some realizations on this. First off, I messed up my design here. This is an SLHF 300. That doesn't really matter here. However, this is the schematic, or this is the data sheet for the 5441. I didn't realize pin 11 is needed. Pin 11 actually turns on the 9-volt source. I just have the 9-volt on all the time. So that's why the LED won't shut off. The power stays on the whole time. And I was mistaken. The 9 volts is not derived from the 12 volts. But this 9-volt regulator, when this board's plugged in, it has a lot of draw and it gets pretty darn hot. Obviously, there's no heat sink. There should be, but I don't have one on here yet. So I did go ahead and I cleaned these switches, took it apart, cleaned them, put it back together. So I have it hooked to a TV or a monitor. Let's see what happens now. I can't run it for long due to that lack of heat sink. It'll probably, that is a thermal cutoff in it, so it'll probably shut off eventually. But all right, so plug her in. Yeah, all right, cool. Try our tape this time. All right. Come on. Oh man, cool. This monitor has a vertical hold problem. Look at that. Where did the video go? Whew, that's hot. Well, it worked for a second. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to fix the switched issue, and I'm going to draw up a printed circuit board in KiCad and have it printed and see if I can't get this darn thing to work on aftermarket parts before it starts cooking again. Ugh. Boy, this VCR is nasty. All right, so it's about a week later. I just got my package from JLCPCB, and this is what I came up with. So it still needs some fitment. I forgot to order the darn resistors for the, I put LEDs in here to indicate each rail voltage is operating. And of course, I forgot to order the correct size surface mount resistors. Anyway, kind of just a test board here, see if it works. I do have one in here. Excuse the crude heat sinking. I don't have a piece of flat aluminum yet. I'd like to take a piece of flat aluminum and actually make a square that mounts properly to that and actually bolt the transistors to it. and then of course get the little LED indicators working. So let's see if she works. So it is plugged in. We do have our time. As you can see, the LED is now off like it should be. So switch it on. If I could zoom in here, we've got the tuner working. Okay. Whoops. That switch is still dirty.
Jeopardize my future. Joel, you want to know something?
Nice.
Every now and then, say what the fuck. What the fuck gives you freedom? Freedom brings opportunity.
Nice.
Opportunity.
Now these buttons are super crispy.
Be right there.
That works.
Got the place all to yourself.
Rewind does not work. Come on.
What the fuck?
Oh. Review's a little dirty.
You can't.
Hey, stop work for once. Nice. Huh. All right, well, that's a good sign. It's not even smoking. All right. Cool, so I am going to let this thing run for a while and see if it bursts into flames, and work on a little bit better of a heat sink. I don't really like the thermal tape that I've got on there right now. But anyway, I will keep testing it and we'll see what happens. So I've left it playing. We're just about all the way through this movie, so it's been on for a few hours. This is the end of Risky Business. Sorry for the swearing earlier. But it's holding up pretty well. You know, the overall heat hasn't really increased. It feels about normal as far as the actual module would be. Those things get pretty hot. Definitely needs a better heat sink, which I'm going to work on. Actually get something to mount it properly. And a nice plate with some real compound, and actually secure those regulators to it. And I want to get the LEDs and the proper resistors in there to tell that the rails are working properly. But I'm pretty happy that there might be a way to you know, not have to buy the regulators that fail and are fake on eBay. And also the nice thing is, with discrete parts, you can actually repair it if it fails, which is another benefit. So I've included the schematic that I put together in order to make this board. Again, I got it from JLCPCB. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or resources to sell these boards. So unfortunately, you're kind of on your own to make up a schematic and do it for yourself. I'm sure somebody out there will do it eventually and offer it as an item. My concern is, again, I'm not an electrical engineer. This is just you know, what I came up with. So, you know, I'm not responsible if you copy this circuit and it catches on fire and hurts somebody. So you know, it's all for entertainment only, to show that there is maybe a way to do this. So I do appreciate you watching, and I will follow up after I put some more hours on this. And again, I want to create a better heat sink, a better mounting solution. I want to get those LEDs working, and I'll follow up later with a video after I put some hours on this and see if it actually holds up. And if it does, fantastic. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's informative, and thanks for watching.